Okay. Now, I just completed the game, and as you can see, the credits are running. And I think this was a B to B minus game. Just an overall kind of rating and feeling that I would give it. The concept is really cool. I think the story is somewhat unique, but also it's generic. Like it's kind of like a run of the mill action plot, but with a twist on it. You know, with these, I'm just gonna call them warframes, but I mean infected. Let's call them infected. Oh, thank you, Michael Rosenbaum. There you go. Oh, a Spanish voice talent. I have to check that out. Point being is the first few chapters are actually I think are the best because it's introducing you to the world. You're learning about the infection. You're getting used to your player character. The gun, you know, you get engaged in gun fights, firefights. And then you get the glaive, and then oh, it's so cool. Oh my god, the glaive, you're throwing around, you're ripping people's heads off. You can go slow motion, and then it kind of stagnates, and not to the point where I'm like, oh my god, I can't take this anymore, but to the point where I felt like I wasn't powerful enough. The glaive kind of like spiked in damage, well, like powerful ability. I don't know how to describe it, but the sense of power kind of spiked, and then the enemies took a lot more damage. So I was just whipping that glaive around, and it wasn't like you couldn't really do a multi-kill, you know what I mean? Like I wish that it was more powerful, and I don't think it would have made it easier because the checkpoints are very forgiving, let's say. But I would argue that that's a good thing because, you know, I hate replaying the same part over and over again. I wish that the glaive felt more power, like you could upgrade it in some way, and I know you could add effects to it, and that was really cool, but it was stopped at electricity and fire, which did the same thing. There was ice at one point, that was kind of cool, but they never really interacted beyond the use of I'm throwing it on the glaive. So I would chalk that up to a really good idea. I gotta take these off. Whew. It's too hot in here. I would say the glaive is a really good idea, and so it could be improved upon. Like for me, the graphics I can't really speak of for the time. You know, this is PS3 era. They were good enough for me. I wasn't wowed by them, but it had character. Like the designs of the infected and the suits is you know, the weapon is top tier, but the sounds weren't there. Even though, like, when you got to the shotgun, it had really good impact. And I'm jumping around from topics now. Like I said, the overall aesthetic design, really good. I really liked it, and that's to me what carried me through. The firefights were intense, right? But there is this awkwardness to this game where you're having this intense fight, and then you think, oh, you get to a turret, and there's gonna be a horde of enemies or something like that, and there kind of is, except the turret spreads way too much. You don't feel, and you can die, and I did die. You know, maybe that's a skill issue, but I did die a couple times on a turret. When you're in the mech, Again, the gun is widely inaccurate. I have no idea why they decided to make it like that, but they did. Hey, Ontario. Anyway, but yeah, I mean, aside from that, I liked the fact that you could go in a mech. Like, that was freaking awesome. Fighting against the mech was like, oh my god, a power moment, right? So again, it goes into like a pro category. So, you know, a B to B minus. You know, I don't know if there are other catalog, like the prior entries to before this game, but I would recommend this for someone who in today's age is kind of wanting a over-the-shoulder shooter reminiscent of Gears of War with a bit of a different play to it, feel to it, because you have the glaive. So I'd still recommend this. You can get on Steam. I don't know if it's available digitally anywhere else, but you can. It's for the PlayStation 3, as I mentioned, and maybe sometime I can do some sort of comparison if there's any differences. It's not that long of a game, which is actually kind of a benefit in today's age. But if you're looking for that sort of thing, it's up to you. Anyway, that's all I got to say for today. I want to thank you again for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.